What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to look at the rest of the Saurian Republic creatures. Worlds Collide came out today. I am delighted that we have a dinosaur house, and in the previous video, which I will of course link in the description, we talked about all the creatures. But the problem is we're looking at all the new cards from Worlds Collide, and Saurian is a new house, which means that all of them are new, and I cannot do 50 free cards in one video. I am but one man. The good news is they split very nicely in half. 26 creatures, 27 other. So let's take a look at the 27 other. And as before, we will go in set order. So starting off, we have got Axiom of GRISK, a phenomenal card in some Saurian decks. When you play it, you ward a creature, then you destroy each creature with no amber on it and you gain 2 chains. Now, warding is pretty awesome, because what you do is you put a ward counter on a creature, and then the next time it would be damaged, destroyed, or otherwise removed from play, you remove the ward counter and the creature stays around. Ward counters are great. There was a side note, they do not stack, so you cannot have more than one and be like, yay, I'm invincible forever. The thing is, you destroy each creature with no amber on. And one of the things that the Saurian Republic are renowned for is exalting. You'll see it on a bunch of cards as we go through. Exalting is where you take an amber from the common pool and put it onto a creature, remembering, of course, that when a creature is destroyed, the other player gets the amber. So a lot of time, exalting is, hey, I'm going to put an amber from the common pool onto my creature. You can have the amber when you destroy the creature. Do we see the problem here? But Axiom of GRISK goes, well, I'm going to exalt all my creatures and then destroy all of yours, so I keep all my creatures and you don't. That kind of makes it worth it here. Will also work if you've captured amber, that will also protect your creatures or your opponents. Chant of HUBRIS is an action card that gives you an amber bonus, and it moves an amber from a creature to another creature. Now, what you can do here is just move amber around your creatures. What you really want to do here is move it from yours to your opponent's. So you exalt one of your creatures, you put an amber on it from the common pool, your opponent's going to get it when that creature goes down. So then, you play Chant of HUBRIS. You move that amber you just exalted to one of your opponent's creatures, and now when that creature leaves, you get the amber. It's a way of exalting without actually putting your amber at risk, and you get an amber bonus for playing it. Although again, if you capture amber, this will work nicely as well. Or just move amber from one of your opponent's creatures that's not easily destroyed to one that is. Or move amber from one of your creatures that is easily destroyed to one that isn't. It really is a card that can do many things. Imperial Scutum, be very careful when you pronounce the name of this card. It is an upgrade that gives you an amber bonus, and this creature gains +2 armor, and destroyed, move each amber on this creature to the common supply. So 3 cards in, and all we've had is cards that help you if you have to exalt. Check out the creature video, lots of them do really good things if they exalt. And the thing is that now you exalt as much as you want, and the downside of exalting is, well, when the creature goes down, your opponent gets the amber, but now they don't. The amber just goes back to the common pool. We're good. We like this. And the +2 armor and the amber bonus, none too shabby. Imperium is an action card with an amber bonus, and when you play it, you ward 2 friendly creatures. No way around it, this is just flat out great. Like, absolutely brilliant. You ward 2 creatures, which means that they cannot be damaged or removed the next time your opponent tries, or I suppose you try, and you get an amber bonus. Imperium is great. And it's not just Saurian creatures, so you can ward anyone you like. Phalanx Strike is an action card that gives you an amber bonus, and you choose a creature and deal 1 damage to it for each friendly creature. That's good. You may exalt a friendly creature to repeat the effect. Yeah. Now, this really depends on how many creatures you've got in play. If you've got 7 creatures in play, you can deal 7 damage to a creature, then exalt one of your creatures and deal 7 damage to another. This can take out 2 of your opponent's creatures. That's great. If you've got 1 creature in play and you do 1 damage and exalt it to do another damage, let's just say not quite so good. The Golden Spiral is an artifact, and it's got an action: exalt a friendly creature, ready and use that creature. Now, the good news is it doesn't say Saurian creature, so this is for anyone. You can use this to house cheat. You can use this to, well, do extra stuff. It's really nice, but you've got to exalt it. And exalting is kind of rubbish, because then you open your opponent up to getting the amber back. So what I'll say is this. If you can afford and this is something we say all the time, we are going to for the Saurian Republic. If you don't mind exalting, brilliant. But it's also house cheating, so you don't have to do it. Just when you really need to use a creature, boom, it's there. Also, it means you can use a creature twice. If it's a Saurian, you use it, exhaust it, then you Golden Spiral to exalt it, and ready, and use it, and then exhaust it a second time. Tribute is an action card, gives you an amber bonus, and it reads: the most powerful friendly creature captures 2 amber. You may exalt that creature to repeat the preceding effect. Capturing 4 amber in one go is great. To put it into perspective, right, if your opponent's got 9 amber, you play Tribute, you capture 4 amber, your opponent goes down to 5, they are not forging a key at the beginning of their next turn. And you get an amber in the process. And the good news is it says the most powerful friendly creature, so this is not 2-sided, this is a 1-sided card. You get an amber bonus, and then one of your creatures captures 4 amber, and your opponent may well not be forging a key next turn. And yes, they can destroy your creature to get the amber back, but it doesn't matter, because you're playing this to stop them forging a key next turn. Ancient Power might have the best artwork of any card in the set. It is beyond phenomenal. It gives you an amber bonus, and you ward each friendly creature with amber on it. So once again, and you can see how the designers of the card game have gone along with this. They go, right, exalting is a thing, let's make Saurian and they really are the exalting house. Well, hang on a second. That could be a huge disadvantage. Well, let's give them a bunch of cards to get round it. Ancient Power wards each friendly creature that has amber on it, which means that even though your opponent can take them out, they've got to essentially take them out twice. It's brilliant. City State Interest is an action card. Each friendly creature captures an amber. Love it. Now again, it really depends on how many creatures you've got. If you've got lots of creatures, yay! If you've not, boo! But even if you've got 1 creature, you play it and a creature captures an amber, you're still taking amber away from your opponent, you're still making them lose it for minimum 1 turn, and that's if they can immediately get it back. I'm cool with it. Exile. Exile's a weird one. When you play it, you give control of a friendly creature to your opponent. Now, you get an amber, but you essentially give your opponent one of your creatures. And there's a bunch of really fun things you can do with this, but really, exalt a creature like 5 times, get 5 amber on it, send it to your opponent's side of the board, destroy it immediately, and then you get the amber from the exalting. This is going to lead to some nuts plays, and I really enjoy it. But, yeah. Library of POLLIASAURUS is an artifact that lets you move 1 amber from a friendly creature to your pool. Love it. Absolutely love it. Again, this is a house where there's a bit of capturing and a load of exalting. This lets you move an amber that your opponent should be getting back to your pool. It's brilliant. Regrettable METEOR. We don't love this so much. Like in a lot of games, it's going to be actively bad. The good news is you get an amber bonus. Yay! But it destroys each dinosaur creature and each creature with power 6 or higher. Now, I did mention this in the other video for Saurian Republic, but let me say it here. There are 3 non-dinosaur creatures in the Saurian Republic so far. Brutodon Auxiliary, 6 power, gets destroyed. Gigantodon, 16 power, gets destroyed. Pterodactyl, 12 power, gets destroyed. This will destroy every single Saurian creature. Now, it also destroys your opponent's creatures that are either dinosaur or power 6 or higher, but make no mistake about it, this is often just gonna be terrible. You're playing the Saurian Republic. Unless you're against a giant Brobnar/Saurian house, this is probably going to hurt you more than your opponent most of the time. And hence, not loving it. 6 SEMPER TYRANNOSAURUS is an action card, and you move each amber from the most powerful creature to your pool and destroy that creature. Now, in theory, this could be one of your opponent's creatures, but just get like 6 amber onto one of your creatures that's quite powerful through exalting. And okay, you have to destroy it, but then you get to move all the amber to your pool so your opponent doesn't get it back. It's another option for if you've exalted all your creatures. I like it. STOMP has adorable artwork. And it gives you an amber bonus. It's an action card, and it reads, deal 5 damage to a creature. If this damage destroys that creature, exalt a friendly creature. Love the damage, love the amber. Don't love that you might be exalting to destroy a creature. But then again, you gain an amber now. And the worst case scenario is, next turn, after your opponent has gone past their forge a key step, they can destroy that creature to gain the amber. Still not that bad. The CALLIPYGIAN ideal? Let's go for that. It is an upgrade, and when you play, you exalt the creature. But just like Senator Shrix, you may spend amber on this creature as if it were in your pool. Well, if we can spend amber on a creature as if it was in our pool, we're not so worried about having amber on it. That's all right. We can live with this. Now, of course, your opponent can destroy the creature to get the amber before you've had a chance to spend it, but that's just a risk. AUTO-LEGIONARY is an artifact, and you put it on a flank of your battle line. While it's in the battle line, it is a 5 power creature and belongs to all houses. I really like the way that in the Saurian Republic, there are 26 creatures, 26 non-creatures, and then AUTO-LEGIONARY, which is an artifact but is actually a creature. Now, it is an action, so you don't immediately put it down as a creature. You put it down as an artifact, and then whenever you like, once it's not exhausted on a Saurian turn, you may use your action to turn it into a 5 power creature. There is a lot to like about AUTO-LEGIONARY. City Gates is another artifact, and it's got an action. A friendly creature captures 1 amber. If that creature is a dinosaur, it captures 2 amber instead. So it doesn't need to be a dinosaur. It doesn't even need to be a Saurian creature. It's any friendly creature. But just having an artifact on the board that can capture 2 amber whenever you like, that is huge. We all need options for stopping our opponent forging keys. We all need, preferably in all 3 of our houses if we can pull it off, we all need a way to go, right, you're on check, I'm going to take you off of check. And having an artifact on board that can just take 2 amber away from one of your opponent's creatures and put it on yours, love it. Not to mention all the cards we've already talked about that benefit your creatures having amber on. DIPLO-MACY, an amber bonus action with alpha. Alpha means it must be the first thing you do during your turn. As soon as you've played, discarded, or used a card, you can no longer do it. But when you play it until the start of your next turn, each creature gains, before fight, exalt this creature. Now, before fight is important. It means if it's destroyed during the fight, the other player will get the amber. And it's for you and your opponent because it's until the start of your next turn. So the goal here, try and play this on a turn when you're not planning on fighting anyway, unless you've got a bunch of cards that make exalting a good thing. Reap a bunch, hope your opponent fights, and then you can take some amber off them. Cool. Favor of Rex. Favor of Rex is an action card with an amber bonus, and when you play it, you trigger the effect of a creature as if you had just played it. And we've got some nice play abilities. Colosseum is one I like very much indeed. When you play it, you capture 10 amber from any combination of players, though it does get purged if it has fewer than 10 amber on it. But if you've got a Colosseum down, and you've already got 10 amber on, use this to capture another, all of it. Seriously, unless your opponent's got more than 10 amber, you can capture all of it. Now, to be fair, Colosseum is a rare, and Favour of Rex is also a rare. They're not going to come up in a huge amount of decks, but it could still be an awful lot of fun. Odoat the Patrician, when you play it, you capture an amber, and if it's got amber on it, your amber cannot be stolen. So you can use this to just capture another amber. Or Retor Gallin, when you play it, your opponent's keys cost +3 amber during their next turn. So that'll work. There's a lot of good play abilities. This is cool. It also says a creature, not a friendly creature, not a Saurian creature. Good of the Many is an action card, and when you play it, you destroy each creature that does not share a trait with another creature in its controller's battle line. So I mentioned earlier how like all the Saurian creatures other than 3 are dinosaurs. So as long as you've got 2 dinosaurs down, none of your dinosaurs go away. But if you've got Gargantodon and no other creatures that classify as a beast, Gargantodon goes down. If your opponent has an urchin, but no other creature that identifies as a thief, then urchin will go down. But if they've got any other creatures that either are a thief or an elf, because urchin has both those traits, then urchin will be saved. There must be no creature in the opponent's battle line that shares any of its traits. So it's kind of a weird one here, and there's going to be an awful lot of looking at the traits trying to decide what can and cannot be destroyed when you play this. It's kind of cool. Now, for some reason, the Saurian Republic get multiple key cheating cards in Worlds Collide, and the first one of them is Imperial Forge. It is an action card with an amber bonus, and it is perfect for the Saurian Republic. When you play it, you forge a key at +8 current cost, reduced by 1 amber for each amber on friendly creatures. So if you've had to do a bunch of exalting, let's say you've got 9 amber on your creatures, either through exalting or through capturing, you're actually forging a key at -1 current cost, plus gaining an amber, so if you've got 4 amber, you're good. In a deck with lots of exalting, if your opponent is not able to take out your creatures very quickly, Imperial Forge will crush. Now, I did say earlier that Ancient Power might be the best artwork in the entire set. I'm lying to you, it's the second best artwork. The best artwork is Imperial Road. It is an artifact with an Omni ability, play a Saurian creature, that creature enters play stunned. But this is not bad. So you do this on a non-Saurian turn, and then you play down a Saurian creature, it's exhausted and it's stunned, but it gets readied at the end of your non-Saurian turn, which means instead of having 2 turns where you can't use it, you only have 1. Also, Gargantodon and Pterodactyl, they enter play stunned anyway. I love it. Instead of waiting for it to be readied, 1 turn, then unstunning it 2 turns, and then using it turn 3, you play it on a non-Saurian turn, it gets readied as a matter of course, you unstun it 1 turn, use it on turn 2, count me in, ladies and gentlemen, count me in. Sorry about that terrible pun, and it's not even a particularly good card. When you play it, you destroy a creature, and its controller gains an amber. It's fine in terms of getting yourself an emergency amber, getting yourself an amber right now, but also you've got to destroy a friendly creature to do so, and I'm just not so in favour of that. I don't like it very much. There will be times it gets you that amber you need, but it's awkward. So Salt is an action card with an amber bonus, and Alpha must be the first thing you do during your turn. Until the start of your next turn, creatures cannot be used to reap. I don't like this one very much either. You see, you're cutting yourself off from reaping. Now, to be fair, your opponent will also have a turn without reaping, and you are in control, so you decide when this happens. But you got to stop reaping for a turn. And don't get me wrong, there'll be some turns you're not planning on reaping. So you play this, gain an amber, and stop your opponent reaping for a turn. Brilliant. But there are going to be many, 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 many turns where you go, oh no, I can't play that, then I can't reap. Tertiate. 3 cards left to go. This is the only one that isn't a key cheating card. Weirdly. It is an action card, and when you play it, you destroy 1/3 of all enemy creatures and 1/3 of all friendly creatures, rounding up. So if your opponent has got 8 creatures, you would destroy 9 because you're rounding up. I hope you like maths. And the thing is, this is another one of those cards with an amber bonus where you might just discard it rather than playing it. But this one you can really take advantage of. You can just destroy, let's say you've got 1 creature and your opponent's got 5. You destroy 1 of yours and 2 of theirs. That's good. Got to be careful, but I like it. Now, the Colosseum is a wonderfully, wonderfully designed card. It is an artifact, and after an enemy creature is destroyed while fighting, you put a glory counter on the Colosseum. Now, it is while fighting, whether they started to fight or you. And bearing in mind, as we looked at in the video yesterday, Saurian Republic, lots of powerful creatures. If there are 6 or more glory counters on the Colosseum, remove 6 and forge a key at current cost. Now, you've still got to pay the regular 6 amber, but you can do this in the middle of a turn. So if your opponent played a miasma to stop you forging a key at the beginning of your turn, and miasma sees a lot of play, you can do this instead. Or if you've got 12 amber, or let's say you've got like 8 amber, forge a key at the beginning of your turn down to 2, gain 4 during the turn, do a bit of fighting to get the requisite glory counters on the Colosseum, boom, off you go. And it might be a Saurian artifact, it does not have to be used on a Saurian turn. This is going to be good. And this is a house that likes fighting. It's got big, beefy creatures. This is really fun. And my favourite of all the free key cheating cards, Triumph. Gives you an amber bonus, and it reads, if there are no enemy creatures, exalt each friendly creature. If you do, and there are 6 or more friendly creatures, forge a key at no cost. So basically, this works if your opponent has no creatures and you have 6 or more. Okay. To be fair, if your opponent has creatures, you can just play it to get an amber bonus. There's no downside as there are for some cards, as we've seen in this video. But if this works, you're actually forging a key at -1 amber because you gain an amber while forging a key for nothing. And I don't know if these are mutually exclusive. Imagine getting the Colosseum and Triumph in the same deck and just forging 2 keys in a turn, not even including the one you forged at the beginning of your turn. It could be 3 keys in a turn. There is a lot to like here. And there we go. That's all the Saurian cards, ladies and gentlemen. Creatures in the previous video linked in the description. This was all the non-creatures. I love the Saurian Republic, and I am very, very excited to get out there, get some Saurian decks, and start playing with a new house. But for now, I'd like to know what you think about all of these cards, so let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wossy, where we talk about games, Keyforge, but a bunch of others. And do please consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some weekly bonus pods and so on. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wossy Plays.